Hello there, I'm Thea and this is my love nest. Welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now that you're here, please watch it all the way to the end. A very big shout out to everybody who has subscribed to my channel so far, everybody who likes my videos, everybody who comments, and everybody who recommends my content to other people. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, please do click on the subscribe button and put the notification bell on so you know every time I put up a video. And happy new year, compliments of the new season to all of you. I am back with another video on being a grown-up, on adulting, on independence. And today I'm going to be talking about things that you need to know about staying alone. I've been staying alone for about 12-13 months. Well, in that space of 12-13 months, there was 2 months that I wasn't staying alone. So we'll say I've stayed independently on my own for a solid 10 months. And before that, when I started working, I had a housemate. And when I was in Reyes, I had roommates for the first 2 years, and the last 3 years I stayed alone, but I was still fully dependent on my mom, so I wouldn't say that counts. But for the 10 months that we are currently talking about, I've been living independently on my own, and I can 100% say I've experienced it. And there's a lot of things that I felt like, why didn't people say this, or why didn't I know about this? Why is this not common sense as far as staying alone is concerned? So without wasting any time, I'm going to give you 10 things that go in place as far as staying alone is concerned, more especially for young females. Let's start with the list. First, you have your own space. One of the reasons we all want to move out as soon as you grow up, or as soon as you feel you're independent enough, is that you need to have your own space. You know, of course you can move out of home for other reasons, like you need to be closer to where you're working or where you're studying, or I don't know, for other reasons you might want to move out. But one of the major contributing reasons that people decide to move out of their homes is because they want to have their own space. They want to feel the independence of being an adult. And man, it's your space, you know, you choose what to do with it. You can be free to walk around topless without your uncle or brother feeling uncomfortable. You choose where, if you want to sleep on the couch. It's basically 100% your space with no boundaries, no limits. Everything around your space is basically controlled by what you want. And secondly, you make your own choices. You want to have a red couch, it's your choice. You get a red couch. You want to eat cereal for dinner, your choice. You know, everything around your space, you decide. You have 100% authority of what goes on, what goes around. You have 100% authority over what happens in your space, and nobody can actually question you about it. Well, they can ask you, why did you choose to do that? But nobody actually has the right to question you, as in like, why would you do that? Don't do that, blah, blah, blah. It's your space, your choice. And thirdly is the freedom. Gosh, I think that's another reason that people want to move out of home, so they can have their freedom, you know, not having to report when you want to leave, or rather not report, ask for permission. Like, can I go out? And when you have the permission to go out, you still have to ask for permission to stay longer than expected wherever you are. But if you stay on your own, man, you have the freedom. Also have the freedom to invite whoever you want to invite in your space, also depending on the kind of person you are. You know, if you do like having visitors, if you do have visitors. But at the end of the day, you have all the freedom to do whatever, however, with whoever. You have the freedom. And the fourth thing, which is also distributing factor towards the fact that, or rather towards why some people do not move out to stay on their own, and that is money. Living independently on your own demands money. You know, from just on the surface, you might think, okay, if I'm staying alone, I only need money for rent, water, electricity if they're not included on my rent. I also need money for groceries, and you think that's it. But that is not it. From the moment you decide to move in to a new place, you need loads of money. You're talking deposit money. You're talking about admin fees. They don't even know why they have to charge so much money. You're talking about money that you have to pay for them to do your credit check or whatever it's called. You're talking about money for deposit of your key. From the moment you decide you're moving out to stay independently on your own, we're already speaking about loads of money. When you've moved in already, we are talking furniture, if you're not going to be taking furniture from home, and obviously you cannot take everything from home. You will need appliances, something as small as an iron. You'd be like, I have to pay 500 rands for an iron. A kettle. If you're staying in a place that does not have a bathtub, only have a shower, and you don't have like wash basins outside, so you can't really do your laundry, it means you have to buy a washing machine. Your television set, if you're somebody that wants to watch TV, everything, you have to buy everything, and all of that needs money. A refrigerator, goodness, there's so much money involved in the whole moving in process before you even settle down. And as soon as you settle down, you've got bills. I'm talking about groceries, which I'm also going to talk more about shortly. Buying your own groceries. If you need Wi-Fi, which I believe everybody today has Wi-Fi, because Theo wants to upload a video and you want to watch Theo's video, so you gotta have Wi-Fi or some kind of internet connection. That needs money. You have to pay for some places. You pay for parking. Your parking is not included in your rent lump sum. No, staying alone is expensive. Anyway, let's forget about the money. Let's talk about groceries. Groceries are expensive. The fact that you live alone does not mean you're going to be buying 500 rands worth of grocery, and that includes takeaways, because if you're staying alone, like I said, you have freedom. Sometimes you don't want to cook, you just want to buy takeaways, and then when you sit down at the end of the month, you realize I actually spent like 5k on food only. You bought your groceries in the beginning of the month and it was like 2,500 rands. Okay, maybe 5k was an exaggeration, but you bought like your groceries for like 2,500 roughly in the beginning of the month, and then you're buying takeouts here and there, and the takeouts summed up to like 700-800 rands, because if a meal is like 99 rands plus delivery, and then we have things like fruits and veggies. Those things don't last in your fridge. You buy it on Monday, Thursday it has already gone bad, and now you have to either throw it out or I don't know what, but you can't use it anymore. And speaking on throwing out things, you're going to throw out a lot of food. If you cook and you stay alone and you're like, okay, I didn't finish this food, let me put it in the fridge, I'm gonna have it as my leftovers. If you're like me, you'll end up with like 7 containers in the fridge with leftovers from different days, and one time you decide, let me open these containers, and all of your food has mold, and then it goes to the bin. If your cousins and whoever was there, then they would have eaten the food. As much as we hate that people would eat our leftovers that we were looking forward to eating, but having someone eat your leftovers is so much better than throwing away a whole meal that could feed you for 5 days because it's been in your fridge for so long. And bread, guys, bread is expensive. Already we're paying like close to $20 for a loaf of bread. A loaf of bread that is only going to last you 3 days. On the 4th day it's got mold. I know we put our bread in the fridge, but on the 5th day it's not as fresh as you want it to be. The corners are now hard, and then you must go back and buy another loaf of bread, which is expensive. Groceries are just expensive, and if you're staying alone, you're going to be buying a lot of groceries that you might not eat. And then the 6th item on living alone is the chores. Every flippin' chore in the house is yours. I know we will argue to say, but you're living alone, so your house won't get as dirty as it would if you had other people in the house. But that doesn't mean it doesn't get dirty. It still does get dirty. You still have dishes, you still have laundry, you still have to dust around. You have to cook, you have to, did I mention laundry? Sure, and after you do the laundry, it's still your responsibility to pack it away, unless if you're gonna be taking your clothes to the laundromat, which will wash, iron, and do everything. But then why would you wanna buy a washing machine if you're not gonna use it? Anyway, I'm just rambling now. But all the chores are yours. You don't get to share them with anyone. The day that you are free or you are home the whole day and you decide I'm doing my chores, don't think because you live in a 2-bedroom or in a 1-bedroom apartment it's gonna be quick, unless if really you just wanna do a quick job. But if you wanna do a real cleaning job, it's gonna take you the whole day, the same way it's gonna take you when you're home in your mom's house. And things like washing curtains, don't think your mom is being extra and whatever. Once you start living alone, you notice these things. You go, yo, my curtains are dirty. Yo, those cups have been sitting there for so long and I haven't been using them. I should take them out and wash them. Yo, number 7, which is something that I experience a lot personally, is that staying alone can be very lonely, like extremely lonely. You know, you've got friends that you can talk to, you've got friends that you can text or video call, you've got family and whatever. But sometimes you just want somebody to be there with you, you know. Sometimes people are busy. When you text them, they're not going to respond to your text immediately. Sometimes you're watching a series or something on TV and you just want somebody you can talk to about it. And now what I do is I watch my TV shows or series or whatever with Twitter, because I'll be watching, if it's a live thing, I'll be watching it, and then I also go into Twitter to see what is Twitter saying about it, because that's how lonely it gets. You want somebody there to share moments with you, but they're not there. Sometimes you cook a really nice meal, but there's nobody else to eat it with you, and it gets lonely sometimes. Well, not all the time, but most of the time it does get lonely, and you just wish, can I have somebody here? Just want to have somebody. I don't want to be alone all the time. And number 8, this will be really common with people my age, my gender also. Safety and security. You worry about how safe you are, how secure you are in your space. As much as you might live in a place with controlled access, with security guards 24/7 and stuff like that, but you still worry about your safety, because people who you live with in the building or in your block or wherever know that you live alone. They probably know your schedule. They know what time you go to work, what time you come back. They know they just know your steps to an extent that you also feel like, what if somebody is watching me? You know, as soon as you get home, you want to lock your doors, you want to lock your butler, you want to lock yourself in, because what if I pass out on the couch and my door is unlocked, you know, and somebody just walks in? We should also remember that we're living in a very dark world, you know. It's not as safe as we would like it to be. It's easy for people to be, you know, ambushed in their own homes, and bad things happen to them in their own homes. So you really worry about your safety. I don't know how many times since I started living alone did I get out of bed in the middle of my sleep because I remembered, or rather I was alarmed, and I'm like, did I lock the door? Did I lock my butler? Is it locked? And actually get out of bed to go check if I really did lock up. And sometimes you find that the butler is locked but the door isn't, or it's vice versa. I locked the door but the butler is like wide open, you know. Such things happen and you worry about it, you know, as a young woman who would say, am I really safe? You know, is it safe? I know I've got my neighbors, but is it safe? And should something happen to me, will somebody notice that something is wrong with me? If I haven't left my house or my room in 3 days, will people know that I haven't left? You know, that's another downside of staying alone. 9. One thing about staying alone is that maintenance is on you, 100% of it. Okay, things like, oh, my door handle broke. You can call the caretaker in your area. Or I don't know, my light bulb is not working. The caretaker can fix that for you. But you buy a new TV stand, you have to assemble it yourself. Something is not working in your house, your microwave or something, you must figure it out on your own. Your toilet is not flushing. I don't know how many times I've had to be a plumber. From the apartment I stayed at before to where I stay now, I've had to figure out why is it not flushing, or why is there no water supply, or why is your drain is clogged. Bruh, you gotta be the plumber and fix your drain yourself. Or your switch is tripping. Now you must figure out, okay, is it my stove or is it my, you have to now be like a mini electrician there, because you're staying alone. You don't have your uncle or your dad or your neighbor ubabus banbani that you can call over your phone to go to, please come help, this is not working. You are on your own. Last but not least, visitors. Sometimes we appreciate having visitors, we love having visitors, but sometimes you're just there on some, where are you living? Because now you want to have your space, you want to be, when are you living? I want to have my freedom again. I need my space now, and with visitors that are not just like day visitors that are gonna like sleep over or whatever, it gets to a point where your visitors are not doing things the way that you normally do it. For example, you always take off your shoes when you want to step on your carpet. Your visitors just walk right over it. You always put your mug on the side of the sink even if it's dirty. Your visitor's just gonna fill it with water and leave it in the sink. It's small things like that that just make you wish, I don't want visitors anymore, please leave. Obviously there's people that, like if maybe it's your siblings or your best friend or somebody that you're like close to, you wouldn't mind telling them like, hey dude, no, pick your things up or whatever. But there are people that you literally 100% uncomfortable telling them to clean up after themselves. You uncomfortable telling them, hey, please don't put your legs on the couch or whatever. So sometimes visitors invading your space. And this is not on the list, but because of what's happening outside, I'm just gonna add it. One other thing, personally, about staying alone that I don't like is when it rains and there's thunder and lightning. It scares me so much. At my big age, I legit either get in bed or sit in a position where I will not see the lightning. It scares me so much. Those are one of the things. Phobias also. This list is getting longer than it should be. But phobias. I know my sister has a phobia of spiders, and every time she's alone and she sees a spider in a specific room, she's not gonna go into that room until somebody comes and they kill the spider, or if they can't find the spider, then she knows at least somebody is there. Should I see the spider again, they're gonna kill it. Now imagine if you're staying alone, like it's your apartment or it's your house and you're alone, one, and you see that spider in your bedroom. Yeah, you're gonna sleep outside of your bedroom forever because you are scared of a spider that's in your room. That's another thing. But above all, staying alone is really nice. I feel like this is one thing that everybody should experience at one point in your life, just to be alone, be in your space. Either you're staying alone at a race or you're staying alone just in an apartment. But the phase between moving out of your parents' care and having your own family please experience staying alone. It doesn't have to be in a fancy apartment with a big balcony and whatever. You can have like your own bachelor place, a rented one room, but just knowing that this is my space, I can be here, this is my safe haven, you know. I would recommend 100% for everyone to experience this stage of Wami, my space, you know. But other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a very big thumbs up, a big thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Don't forget to comment down below about things you like or don't like about staying alone. Recommend this video to your friends who are probably considering staying alone or who've been complaining about staying alone. Till I see you again, guys, please continue to take care and share the love. Bye.